Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Flip That Script, where we dive deep into the subconscious, shake loose old stories, and rewrite them into something powerful, healing, and true. I'm Holly,
And I'm Dana.
and we are so glad you're here with us today. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit subscribe, share this episode with a friend who needs a little spark of magic, and leave us a comment or review. It helps us grow this community of wild, wise women rewriting their lives. So, let's start with a question. Remember when you were little and you just believed? Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, monsters under the bed.
I still believe in monsters under the bed.
Nobody had to prove it to you, though, right? We just believed. You just accepted it because from birth until about the age of 8, our brains are living in a state of hypnosis. Literally, we are walking around and we are like little sponges soaking up all the suggestions. Every word we take in as truth, every experience is 100% accurate. And
Mhm.
that's why even when your mom says things like money doesn't grow on trees, that stuck harder than math class. Those early phrases sneak right into our subconscious mind and get filed away as truth.
Right. A lot of the contracts that we signed when we were little kids, we didn't know we were agreeing to them, but it was the things like, you know, be the good girl or don't outshine your brother or boys or they're not going to like you or even just sit down and be quiet. Just to sit there
Yes.
and smile and be quiet and nod and all of those things. It didn't come with paperwork, but they may as well have. We didn't choose them. They were chosen for us. They were programmed into us while we were in a trance. And the trance of childhood is the deepest trance of all because
Exactly.
there's no filter. There's no filter.
hmm I mean, here's the thing. Hypnosis isn't some magic spell. It's a brainwave state. And when we're kids, we're in theta waves most of the time. As adults, though, we still go in and out of it constantly when we're falling asleep, daydreaming, watching movies, scrolling TikTok. And that's why when your favorite actor sips a Coke on screen, you suddenly need one too.
I mean, everybody's heard of highway hypnosis. That's a term. People know it.
Yes,
It's because you don't. It's part of the trance. It's a trance, and you don't have to be in our chair to for hypnosis to happen because you just go into it naturally all the time.
exactly. I mean, have you ever cried in a movie and forgotten it's not real? Your
Yeah,
subconscious doesn't care. It believes what it feels. And that's why hypnosis isn't rare. It's every day. The real question is, though, who is hypnotizing you?
right. And advertisers know this. And that's why the commercials always sneak right in when you're most absorbed in the movie and you're wide open. The guard at the door is asleep. And in comes that suggestion buy this, be this,
Yes,
want this. And you don't even realize it that you're being
exactly.
programmed.
Exactly. Who gives you the idea of what your body should look like?
Right. Right.
That's
And
highly programmable.
isn't it weird that they're called programs, TV programs?
Yes.
Like, I never connected that until just now.
I know. You said that I have goosebumps because it's so true. It's
Yeah.
programming us, it's programming our reality.
Hmm.
And do you want to be writing your own life, or do you want Hollywood to be writing your own life, or your neighbor to be writing your own life? Even your school teacher, do you really want your children to have that much influence if a teacher is injecting their own ideas and beliefs versus
Right.
just teaching facts. We can pick up so much along the way. It's like your conscious mind goes on a coffee break and your subconscious takes the wheel.
Right.
And literally, if you've ever been driving and you were so into your thoughts or so into the music that all of a sudden you're like, whoa, okay, I'm at home now. That, and you don't even remember it. It's because your subconscious literally took the wheel and got you home because it knows your patterns. The thing is, we create patterns in it by what we believe and what we've been programmed to believe. You're suggestible in those moments when we're watching TV programs or movies or daydreaming and zoning out.
Yes. And it's like, so if you were a kid and every Friday you went and got McDonald's or, your favorite fast food. And now as an adult, when you pass McDonald's without even thinking about it, automatically you're hungry just because you saw those golden arches. Hypnosis.
Yes.
I know my
Yes.
dog is. I can't go past a McDonald's without my dog being like, I need a cheeseburger.
Right?
She freaked
Right?
out. But
My children, when they were very little, my oldest children, I mean, when I'm talking a year and a half, 2 years old, they would see it and they knew that that meant cheeseburger. And
mm-hmm.
they would have a fit driving by because that's what they wanted. The smallest things can program our mind to believe that's what we need, that's what we want. Just like been watching a show, losing track of time, getting totally absorbed into your music, where you don't even know what's going on in the world behind you. Anything that makes the world around you fade is trance, and trance is hypnosis. And what we hear, are told, or think about during that time is what goes into our subconscious. And here's where it gets even deep. And I'm going to let Dana talk about this, but suggestibility doesn't just sell us popcorn, it sells us those contracts we didn't even realize we signed, especially in relationships.
Oh, right. Yes. There's in relationships, you can just imagine that you say things to yourself like, okay, in order to have this person, in order to keep this person in my life, I have to be quiet. I have to keep the peace. I have to silence my truth. Or I'll stay small so that they can feel big. Or
I'll
even just
always stay strong, so I'll
so I,
always be the strong one. Yeah,
right. And the, it's like contracts that we sign, our subconscious is signing. They're agreements that we didn't even know we were making, but we made the agreements, and our subconscious sticks to it and makes us feel bad when we try to speak our truth or whatever the contract was when we try to go against it. And that's a trance, that's hypnosis. And the twist is that most of these contracts were signed while we were in trance, but we didn't even realize.
exactly. It's like, I love you so much, I'll deny my own needs to make you happy. And you're sitting there, and then one day you wake up and you realize you've been living someone else's story, not your own. You agreed to things without even speaking them out or thinking about them because your subconscious did the signing. You wanted the relationship
Right.
so bad, the subconscious said, okay, here's what we have to do to keep it. And that's not just in romantic relationships, that can be family roles, that can be friendships. Maybe in the family, you're the fixer, or maybe in the friendship, you're always the one who does the listening and the helping, and the other person isn't there when you need them.
Right. And the danger and the power of trance, because if trance can sneak in contracts you never agreed to, it can also be the place where you rip them up and you write something brand new. So that's,
Exactly.
there's always a way to change the wiring, the programming. And like, even if you're watching the movie and you don't want to get sucked into these commercials, just count yourself up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. This isn't real. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. This isn't real.
Yes. I mean, in
Give
session,
yourself
yeah, pull
boundaries.
yourself back out. I mean, in session, that's exactly what we do, right? We count you up and out. But we also get you into the natural trance state and help you rewrite the old scripts. So you get to install new agreements, new
Mm-hmm.
contracts with yourself. Like, I matter too. My needs are worthy. I can love without losing myself. I think that's such a big one, is that we can love, we can be in a relationship, but we should never lose ourselves. We
Right.
should still be an individual outside of that relationship and within it. Within it and without it, we should still be an individual. But we lose ourselves within those relationships with these, unbeknownst to us, contracts that our subconscious has created for us. And that's a big part of our clientele, Dana and myself, is helping people with their relationships, mending them even, but also empowering you within that relationship to know that you matter just as much as the other person. And whether that
Right.
means remaining there or ending it, that you matter.
Because honestly, so many of us have agreed to silence ourselves so that we don't rock the boat or to carry all the emotional labor while our partner just coasts, or, to tolerate less than what we deserve because, well, at least it's something. And that's just too much. And it happens in the workplace too,
Yes.
because how many women, especially, accept less? They accept less pay without pushback, or, they take on the office mom role, do
Yes.
invisible emotional work that no one notices, but everybody expects it. And that's a contract right there.
It is.
And motherhood's another one. The contract
Yes.
says a good mom erases herself and a good mom sacrifices until she's completely empty. And let's be honest, who even wrote that contract? Because it wasn't us.
Right.
But
Would
even,
you want to see your own children acting that way?
and
Would you
right,
want to see your daughter or even your son watching his wife do that? Would you want to see your daughter erasing herself and losing herself and just being a shell? No, you would never stand for that for your own children. So why would you do it for yourself? Why would you
right.
think it's okay? And sometimes you can just add even a simple phrase in, like pause, breathe, choose again. That's it. That tiny suggestion can change your whole contract. Just to pause and breathe and choose again. And when we choose fairly, that includes our own needs
Mm-hmm.
and our own wants and our own desires. If you can be hypnotized by all of these invisible things, if you can be hypnotized by propaganda, by subliminal messages in movies with advertisements and
Mm-hmm.
TV programs, then you can talk to yourself as well. And of course, you can always come to hypnotherapy and we can help you with that. But a small
Absolutely.
change is to repeat that phrase, just pause, breathe, and choose again.
Yeah. And even in friendships, though, this comes up. There's scripts that friendships write, like, be the reliable one, or be the one who never complains, be the one to take all of the crap and just keep the peace. We're conditioned, and we sign these contracts without even realizing it. So,
E- Even being so deeply hurt within friendships and
right.
not wanting to say
Not,
anything because you don't want to hurt the other person, even
yes.
though your feelings have not been taken into consideration. And that's a really hard one. I can admit that for myself,
Yeah.
is I know what it's like to hurt and I don't want to hurt someone else, even when they're the ones hurting me. it's really
Right.
hard it's really hard to speak
It's
up.
hard. It is. It's hard to
And
put them boundaries up.
yeah, but it's
But
so important because again, we've been in trance and somewhere along the line we feel as if we do, then we'll lose the friendship. But
right,
if it's the right friendship, you
then
won't
you won't
lose
lose
that.
it.
Yeah,
Exactly. You know what, Flip Fam? I want you to think right now, what's one contract that you know you've been living under that you never actually agreed to? Just say it out loud, write it in your notes, or share it with us if you would like in
yeah,
the comments.
exactly.
Just acknowledge it because, you can't rip it up if you won't name it. And
Exactly.
there's fine print in every shadow contract that you must pay. And you pay with your soul, you pay with your health, your joy, your peace, your mind, your peace of mind. And eventually resentment builds like interest. Exhaustion stacks like debt. And before you know it, you're emotionally bankrupt. And it's not just about us. These contracts get passed down to our daughters who learn silence, to our sons who learn that women are meant to sacrifice, and to entire communities that keep living the same scripts over and over. And like we said earlier, trance reinforces it. So every time you watch a movie where the woman stays small for love, your subconscious takes another note. And every commercial where the mom is an unpaid servant or another line in the contract, add another line in the contract. And every time that you scroll social media and you see effortless perfection, boom, contract reinforced. We see what we should look like, we see what we should behave like. And when we can't live up to that, what do you think happens? What do you think happens in our internally when we're not the
Exactly.
skinny, um, flawless, perfect, like hair's just great, complexion's great, no flaws whatsoever. And that's not reality.
Look at the whole beauty industry. You can't grow old.
Yes.
You can't put on weight. You can't grow old. You can't not be perfect. I mean, look at all the music that surrounds that,
Mhm.
that I see a lot of women now speaking out about it. I cannot remember the name of the song, but within it, she says, I can go an hour longer. And she's talking about eating. And
Yeah.
she's like, I can just go an hour longer and maybe one more. If I'm thin enough, maybe you'll see me. Maybe you'll listen to me. And she talks about how everyone thinks she's beautiful and loves her and that the world is great, but she's dying inside
Right.
because she's trying to live up to a standard that's not there.
It's impossible.
Right. That's absolutely impossible for an average person to meet. And there are some people who are naturally that way because all of our bodies are designed to naturally be one way or another, right?
Right.
We are naturally all different sizes, shapes, different skin tones, different complexions. Some have freckles, some don't. I mean, there's all of these complexities to human beings, but we expect to be these cookie cutter images that are shown to us repeatedly over and over and over again. And that's why does propaganda work? Why does propaganda
Right.
from North Korea to South Korea work? Because it's repetitive phrases continually repeated all the time. And when someone says something to you or you witness something repeatedly, then
Mm-hmm.
that becomes a pattern in your subconscious. Like, if I'm lovable, I must sacrifice. Where did you learn that from? Where did you learn that from? Is it true? Does the partner have to do the same? Or is it one sided sacrifice?
Right.
Always question, how do I know what I know? What is the source of that knowledge? And is it really true? Those are questions to really ask yourself. So if you find a pattern that you see yourself doing and you need some help, reach out. Dana and I both would be happy to help you with flipping that script in your subconscious to, change the things that you really want to change. Because all change happens in the subconscious. In the conscious mind, we can say all the affirmations we want, we can do all the self help books, all of the things, right? But then we notice we slide right back. And that's because the real change, the long term change, has to happen in the subconscious mind.
Yeah, it has to, because that's where it was planted.
Yes,
You can't dig a tree up without getting the roots. And the first step though is just awareness. What am I giving up? It's is the cost too high? And if you find one and you're ready to rip it up, then you know, rip it up and rewrite it. Don't just think it, you have to say it. Say, like, I will not shrink, I will not accept crumbs, I will not erase myself, I will not dim my light. And then, you have to get physical,
you have to
right?
embody it. Yes, you
Yeah,
have to feel it.
you have to write it out,
Yes,
burn it, stomp it, tear it, something. Let your body feel
yes,
that release. And then, write your new terms.
yes.
Write a new contract. Something more like, I agree to honor my needs, or to receive as much as I give, or I agree to show up as my whole self, not
I
just part
agree
of
to
me.
allow myself to be authentic and truthful with everyone. They did a study, and I just love this study. And I know I've probably told you, Dana, 20 times because I love this study so much, where they measured energy frequencies. And everyone, of course, thought love would be the highest frequency. And love was the highest frequency compared to compassion, empathy, anger, frustration, happiness. Love was the highest one. But the top one of all, that was so much higher than even love, was when a person was living as their true, authentic self. And in those moments when they could be their true, authentic self, their energy and vibration was higher than any other emotion, any other state. It was way higher. I can't remember the percentages, so I'm not even going to try.
So awesome.
But being your true, authentic self also means being truthful with those around you and yourself, and speaking your truth, living your truth, walking in it, and knowing that you're worthy to do so.
Hmm.
It can even be simple things you, like there's a couple, they just get married. She cooks her first Thanksgiving dinner. Now, she is convinced that you have to cut the wings and the legs off of that turkey before you cook it, and you cook those in a separate pan. And her husband's mortified because his family's coming over for dinner, and it's like, "Why did you chop the turkey up? Because this is how you do it." And he's like, "No, it's not." And so they get into their first argument, right? And just it's Thanksgiving, they get into an argument, and she calls her mom and she goes, "Mom, like he told me that's not how you cook turkey, and I know it is. I've watched you do it our whole life, and I've watched grandma do it." And her mom says, "Honey, our turkey pans were too small. That's not how you really cook turkey."
Yeah.
But in her subconscious mind, from growing up little, she was convinced that that's how you had to do it. So, how do we know what we know? What's the source of that? And is it true?
Right. And who's writing our scripts?
Yes,
Is it you or is it somebody else? And don't sign it if it makes you shrink. Flip
right.
it up. Write your own. Flip that script.
Yes. I mean, a good mantra. is I release the old contracts I never meant to sign. I choose to author my own story and say it in the mirror.
Yes,
Say it
I
in the
love
mirror.
saying things in mirrors. You know, I love that.
Yes, yes. High five the mirror after you say it because you get that hit of dopamine, right? Get that hit of dopamine that makes you feel good. But like Dana was saying, embody it. Feel what it would feel like when you are living your own script that you wrote, not someone else's.
You know, something else that could help would be coming to our morning meditations.
Yes.
Honestly, so many people feel so much better from coming than the women
Yeah,
that we've seen in there. I've seen them, their light brighten. I've seen them come out of their shell. And I love it.
I do too. I do too. We have that morning meditation and then we have the most amazing conversations
Yeah,
afterwards. And some people speak and some people don't. Come as you are. Half the time, Dana and I are in our PJs with
of
our
course.
coffee or tea. You know, there's
It's
no
morning.
expectations, cameras on, cameras off, but we have a wonderful time just building community
Hmm.
and raising each other up. And I
Building
think
that
that's
sisterhood too.
yes, that's so important. It really is so important. And I mean, I think some of the biggest takeaways today are you are suggestible, always. It's not
Big
about
key.
even whether you're in trance or not. It's about who's writing the script. Is it the advertisers, old childhood programming, your partner's needs at the expense of your own, or is it you?
Or Hollywood. Hollywood's a big
Oh, yeah.
program.
They really are. They really are. And you know, the beauty of hypnotherapy, I just love helping people, and Dana does as well, is that we hand you that pen back. We hand you the pen to rewrite your contracts and live on your own terms.
I know I have had people go in and, you know, there's a book with their life script. And then they go through it. And, you know, you
Yes.
can erase and you can rewrite and you can, nothing's permanent. You can change it. You don't like
Hmm.
what was told to you, you don't agree with that name you were called, or you don't agree with a way that you were told to be. You can change.
Yes. Yes.
And you can write your future out too, which is I love doing that.
I do too. I
It's
love sitting them
amazing.
down at the table within the subconscious to write or type, even, depending
Wow.
on which one they prefer, and just to write their life out as they want it to be.
Hmm. Or even seeing it and embodying
Mhm.
it. I love it. I love it all. Future pacing. That's our thing. That's our thing for morning meditation, really,
Yes.
is seeing our future self. We usually see our future self every morning, and it a lot of people get more success in life from visualizing that every morning.
Well, this has been a really good one. So remember, you're way more suggestible than you think, which means you always have the power to choose whose voice you let write the script. And if you're ready to explore deeper with us, check out our upcoming meditations, which are 7 days a week.
If this episode spoke to you, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And that's how we grow this conversation and bring more people into the know.
And if you want to go deeper with us, we invite you to join our Flip That Script morning meditation every single day, a chance to reset, recharge, and rise with us.
And of course, don't forget the big one. It's our upcoming She Reigns Now retreat. And this is where everything we talk about on this podcast comes alive in real time. And we have healing, breakthroughs, sisterhood, and transformation.
Spaces are limited, so check the link in our show notes to grab your spot. We would love to see you there.
But thank you for listening and thank you for being here. And remember,
You hold the pen, keep rewriting that script of your life.
I Flip Fam.
Bye.